As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. David Quinn waiting on Cox to get here, and we'll get this thing rolling. A lot of game or two played last night. Most of the games played tonight. Some teams even might have played 2 games this week to make up for some weather for the previous week. We'll talk a little college football a little later on tonight as we roll along in this here and get this show kicked off. But Oak Ridge goes down tonight. 14-3. Anderson County wins tonight. Clinton goes down big last night, pal. No contest, pal. Just no contest. Clinton's got a lot of work to do in a short time to do it with the next couple of weeks coming up. Got a lot of work to do. I know they got a few people injured, but they better hope they get them back because they got a lot of work to do. But anyway, Oak Ridge goes down tonight 14-3. My understanding is Coach Rain got thrown out of the game tonight, and if I'm right, and I think I am, he'll have to set. He's out next week too. He'll miss the first Clinton Oak Ridge game at Clinton. I think I'm right on that. He did get ejected tonight. That's what they said on the radio anyway. So if I'm wrong, it's from the radio people for Oak Ridge. I heard a while ago, I've not seen it on the ticker yet, but I don't know that it's a final, but I heard Oliver Springs was up big on Rockwood, like 40-something to 20-something, 41 to 21 or 42 to 21, something like that. So they're up fairly big on Rockwood. Cofield had Harriman tonight. I don't know if that game has went final yet or not. When it comes up here, we'll give you that score. I'm sure Cofield is probably having their way with Harriman tonight, or I'll be shocked if they're not. So, Seymour Maryville gets a win tonight. Looks like Alcoa is back on the winning track tonight over Austin East. Still think Austin East is 0-5, I think. Now Gibbs takes out South Doyle. I think they said Halls was over Carter tonight. It was big. A lot of people thought Carter might win that football game. Bearden takes out Hardin Valley tonight. The big one right there, that Cofield 50-6, but the big one right there jumps out at me. Lenore City takes out Campbell County tonight, 43-26. I never would have. I wouldn't have thought that right there. That score would be that right there. So. Jefferson County keeps on rolling. Midway gets in the win column tonight. let's see if there's anybody else that pops up there that we might would be getting a call on. I don't see anybody right now that's ticking off. But if you have any questions about any games tonight, 483-8112. I know Oak Ridge is on the road. Clinton played last night, and Anderson County is at home tonight. Just got over just a few minutes ago. So we'll see if we get some phone calls here about them. Like I said, we will talk the Tennessee. Knox West takes out Knox Central tonight, 50-something to nothing. So it's a big win for West. West still one of the best 5A teams in the area right now. I don't care what anybody says. They're probably the best 5A team right now in East Tennessee. I don't know if you couldn't say that about the whole state. It's a good football team. Kingston wins tonight over Scott County, 39-0. That's a big win for Kingston. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll talk that Tennessee, Florida. Big game tomorrow for Tennessee. We'll talk a little bit about the sloppy play last week at Tennessee and Austin Peay. I've seen Florida play one time, and they did not impress me. And if Tennessee plays like they play against Austin Peay, I'm afraid it could be bad news. But we'll get into that a little bit later on and talk about that. But trying to see if anything else has come up here that would be interesting for our viewers to look at or interested in. Like I said, as soon as we can get the final on Rockwood and Oliver Springs, we'll give it to you. But so far, I do not see it yet anyway, so it's still probably not final. But anyway, like I said, Oak Ridge loses tonight. First loss of the year for the Wildcats. Just from listening to the radio to here, sounds like the officiating was a little questionable. Hey, you want to talk about some questionable officiating? If you watched the TV game last night, you've seen some questionable officiating. I know they're having trouble. I know they're having trouble getting officials right now, but man, God bless them is all I got to say. I know they're trying, and I know TV does have the advantage of replays and all that, and that's not fair. And when you're looking at it at speed and it happens so quick in front of you, and you just don't see it. And then TV, you play it back over and over and over again, you see it. And so it's really, there's not any instant replay in high school football like there is in college or, the pros. So it's really nothing you can do. It's just part of the sports, and you just have to live with it. I don't know what the coach of Oak Ridge tonight got thrown out. I know there was a bunch of penalties, and next thing you know, the radio said that Coach Gaddis was escorting Coach Ring off the field tonight, so apparently he got removed from the ball game. So we'll find out a little bit more about that later on and talk a little bit more about that later on tonight. Seahawks Cleveland, an opponent that Clinton played earlier in the year, wins tonight over Ray County. Like I said, there's the McMahon County score over Oak Ridge, 14-3. Really thought Oak Ridge would go there tonight and win that ball game and come to Clinton next Friday night undefeated. So it looks like Oak Ridge will come in with one loss. Clinton's got 3. Clinton's 2-3. Anderson County now is 2-3. And Anderson County's in region play now, so I don't know if they'll have a close game or not. Maybe, and when I say maybe, I mean maybe. Gibbs is playing pretty good right now. That possibly could be a close ball game, but I don't know where it's at. If it's at Anderson County, it probably won't be. We'll see where that game is a little later on. Try to figure that out. But great night for high school football. Weather sort of turned a little bit, and it's starting to cool off a little bit, and this is becoming football weather. So hope everybody got out tonight and got to see a good game and at your local high school. But listen, folks, we appreciate Free Medical Clinic sponsoring the show tonight. As always, they're located in Anderson and Rowan and Morgan. And don't go without seeing the doctor, because if you need to see the doctor, give fmcor.org a check there, and they'll get you in. They don't ever turn anybody away. So check them out, and they'll take care of you if you need to see a doctor. Don't go without seeing a doctor. There is someone out there for you, and that's Free Medical Clinic. They will take care of you. So check the Free Medical Clinic out if you need to see a doctor. So tell you that about Free Medical Clinic and all of our other fine sponsors that we've got here. If you're in any of those businesses, tell them, hey, appreciate you sponsoring high school football and the Friday night scoreboard. And we appreciate those people sponsoring not only the Friday night scoreboard, but the game of the week. Folks, it takes sponsors. People like OEB, that's big. All those sponsors now, all those people that, whether it's a First Down, whether it's Hammers, whether it's Miss Beauchamp, it's doing something. There's some other people that does things. Daniel Forster, the individual that's running for chancellor, and he'll make a great chancellor. But all those people, anybody that sponsors the Friday night scoreboard and the game of the week, we appreciate those people. And if you see them, tell them you appreciate them sponsoring the game of the week and the Friday night scoreboard. Hey, let's jump out of here. Let's take a quick break and let's get some more things final. And we'll be right back here in a couple minutes on the Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower, featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you. And it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law, 865-546-1111, and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Man, I'm glad you found your way in here tonight.
Yes, sir.
You never could make it last week, but that's all right. What's going on?
I don't know it.
Did you go anywhere tonight?
I did not.
Stayed at home tonight.
I had a dinner I had to go to, and I couldn't. I don't know. There was just not a game in the area that really, I guess, would say, I gotta go see that game. I thought Anderson County would blow Seymour out. Unfortunately, that Powell game below the house was last night, which that wasn't much of a game either.
Nah, like I said earlier, Clinton's got some problems. I don't know what they are. Let's get this call. Thank you, sir, buddy. Quick caller, you on the air.
Anderson County won 51-7.
All right, thank you, buddy. We appreciate you. All right, thanks. Yeah, Clinton's got a few problems, so they'll have to try to get them straightened out. If not, they're going to get the same medicine next couple of weeks. But I was shocked that Oak Ridge got beat tonight.
Oak Ridge got beat tonight?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Who did they lose to?
McMinn County.
How bad?
14-3.
And Coach, I did hear Coach Rain got tossed out of the game.
That's supposedly right. Coach Gaddis said to escort him out. So I was listening to Oak Ridge Radio. I'll get it. I was listening to Oak Ridge Radio, and they was talking about the officiating, how bad it was. That's nothing unusual for that crew to be talking about how bad the officials. They do that all the time. It don't matter what sport it is. So, but apparently it was pretty bad because Oak Ridge got tough. You want to talk about officiating being bad? The Clinton Powell game last night, the officiating was bad.
Really?
Yeah, it was really bad. We'll talk about it here in just a second. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, I was wondering, a couple of weeks ago, whenever Rockwood played Midway,
that
was one of the players from Midway took off the field with ambulance. And I hadn't heard anything more about it.
I was told what that. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think it was just. I think everything is good. Okay. It was. I can't remember what they said. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as. Anytime you go in an ambulance, it's probably bad. But it wasn't as bad as whatever. I mean, I think everything's good.
I didn't know. I didn't hear anything on the news. There was no report of it in the newspaper.
Like I said, I think everything turned out okay. It was okay.
Okay. I was hoping that it was.
Yeah, it is. Everything's good.
All righty. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, man.
All right.
Clinton had a couple calls last night. Clinton, returning a kickoff. Kids down both knees. Okay. Not one, Cox, both. Right in front of the official.
Missed it.
And he fumbles the ball. Both knees are down before he fumbles the ball, and they give it to Powell. I mean, he's official's right in front of him. Face mask, right in front of the official. They don't call it. Onside kick hits the Powell kicker as he onside kicks it. And Powell recovers the onside kick. They didn't call it. Took the momentum away. I'm not saying Clinton was going to come back and win because I don't think they were. But still, it's right at halftime. Clinton had scored, had a little bit of momentum going in. Thought if they come out the way everybody was talking, maybe you don't know, but maybe. Powell comes out. That's still something Clinton's not figured out, how to defend the onside kick. We're in the 5th game of the year, okay, and we still can't defend the onside kick. Come on, coach. Take 5 minutes Monday and practice covering the onside kick. That's all I'm asking. 5 minutes to do it. That's all. It's simple. I mean, come on. I heard him talk about it on this show Wednesday night, that Clinton has to be ready for the onside kick. Every team has done that to Clinton. Do you not think the 2 next games they're going to play, they're not going to come out? I'll bet you a coat, Cox.
You'd be crazy not to try.
Oak Ridge does it next week, and I guarantee Anderson County will do it. Come on, 5 minutes, guys. Practice recovering the onside kick. That's all you got to do. 5 minutes. Simple. Great, caller, you're on there. Listen to me, caller. Don't listen to your TV. Turn your TV down. Moving on. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Coach.
Hey.
Coach Justin Long here. How you doing?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good here. You're on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Big win for Grace tonight at Notre Dame. Take us through that and brag about your kids a little bit.
Yeah, big win for our guys. The guys were definitely balling in this week. It was definitely a testament of, just being, locked in and taking the game plan and coming out on Friday nights and letting the game plan work for you, giving it a shot. A lot of different guys made plays tonight. I think we had 3 different guys for receiving touchdowns. Our 2 inside linebackers, which is a freshman and a sophomore, both had about 15, 16 tackles. And I want to give a huge shout-out to our offensive line. I challenged them before the game. I usually don't do stuff like this, but I said, guys, how about a 100-yard rushing night? And I think we combined for about 172 yards rushing, and our senior running back, Stephen Risky, had 112 yards of himself.
Now, you play quite a bit of freshmen, right? You at least, 3, 4 on a varsity night, is that correct?
Yes, sir. We're playing a good amount of freshmen.
Gotcha. I thought that was the case. Now, your freshman running back, did he have a good night?
Yeah, Terrion Thomas. He had a really good night for us. He was really good in the kick return game. He almost cribbed one tonight, but we were averaging great field position, had the ball, 45, 50-yard line about every time. And I thought they'd start kicking it away from him, but they didn't. So, yeah, and he's a special talent. He's got all the tools to be a really good player.
So, Coach, who do y'all have next week?
We'll be at home versus Lakeway, and I heard they scored about 51 points on CAK, but I heard CAK got about 65 points. So, another tough region game for us, a team that obviously can score a lot of points. So hopefully we can put the plan and come out on top next week.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate you calling in the show, and good luck. And I do think that score was like 60-something to 50-something. I do remember seeing that on Twitter earlier tonight. So congratulations, you and the kids, and have safe travel back.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay Long.
See you.
Man, good player when he was at Fulton. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, I was wondering, this is just like a weird question, but me and my papa couldn't figure it out. What is the score, what was the score for Rockwood at halftime?
I have no idea what the score was at halftime, and I really don't know if it's final yet. I heard a score of 40-something to 20, Oliver Springs. So I don't know if that's final yet or not.
19-14, I think. I think 19-14 at the half. Oliver
19 at 14 at half, possibly. That's what we're thinking here.
Okay.
We're looking at. So that's the same way Oliver Springs was last week. They was in a dogfight last week, and all at once they win 50-something to 26 or something like that. So that's what we think, 19-14, caller.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
For some reason, I can remember that score as either in the second quarter or halftime, 19-14.
Quick caller, you on the air.
What was the Kingston score?
39-0 over Scott County.
Do y'all think they'll make playoffs this year?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right.
See y'all.
Only problem is, I guess, let's play Alcoa at some point.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Yeah.
Right.
That's everybody's problem, though, ain't it? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if you had something else to say, call us back. I'm sorry, I cut you a little early there.
That thing's been lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Look at Knox Halls taking Carter out now. I think everybody thought Carter might have a chance in that game. Halls is on a roll right now. Halls has got a pretty good little football team, it looks like. And what about Hickson taking out Loudon? That's got to be an upset, don't it?
I would think so.
And then I thought another game, and you might think different, but the North City taking out Campbell County tonight.
After Fulton played Campbell County close, and then Clinton beat Campbell County the way they did, I was worried about that game for Campbell County tonight. They're just young at receiver. They're not as good up front as they were last year. But maybe you can say what you want to. Football is about as down as I've witnessed it in our area.
Yeah, football's down a little bit right now.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, you still got your Powerhouse, Alcoa, and still got Greenville.
Alcoa's not as good as they have been. Maryville's not as good as they have been.
I agree with you on Maryville.
Greenville's good, but they're not Greenville good. Elizabethan's good, but they're not Elizabethan good.
I would have asked you this question last week if you would have been here. Do you think Greenville not playing those two football games? I mean, I know injury-wise it kept them from getting kids there. Do you think those two games might come back to haunt them? Not playing some, a good DB. I don't know that DB's good, but just a good football team. Alcoa, a really good football team. You think not playing that tough competition will hurt Greenville in the long run?
No.
You don't think it hurts? Not having those two games?
He's playing 2 games in 1 week. He texted me the other day, and he's playing Morristown West and so what he's doing is Tuesday, September 19th, he's playing Morristown West. On Friday, the 22nd, he's playing Volunteer.
Yeah, but that's not Alcoa.
Well,
here's a question I'd like to have answered. You might know the answer to this, because I know you and the coach, you talk sometimes. Why didn't they reschedule the Alcoa game to Friday or Saturday? That's just a legitimate question that everybody has asked me if I know, and I told them I don't have any idea. So why didn't they reschedule that game for Friday or Saturday?
I do know that Alcoa wanted to finish the football game Thursday night, and they couldn't finish it. I also know that the radio guy from Greenville was still at the stadium around 11 o'clock, and it was still lightning. There was just no chance to play that football game. It being a Thursday night, the director of school stepped in and said, "We're if we can't start by 10:30, we're done." Because at 9:30, it looked like it wasn't going to happen. For the Friday, I don't know. For the Saturday, I do know that was not an option. They had league games there at Greenville from 9 in the morning, flag football, to it was all day. Like
So
it was all day out. I don't know about Friday.
High school football don't take priority over somebody else having a field.
I want to say, and I have to go back. That was what two weeks ago.
No, it was last week.
Last week, but
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look. There was something going on the entire day. People from Hamblin and Greene and everywhere coming there for the entire day.
I just don't understand why they didn't play the game on Friday.
Well, and
that's me. I mean,
well, I don't know why they didn't play. He laughed at me. He said, "Man, I don't want no I told you so." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "High school football's supposed to be played on Friday night." I said, "Well, that's what I've been telling you forever." Because it just, but
I agree with you. High school is made for Friday. It's really not made for Thursday or Saturday. But in certain situations, you do have to, NFL's decided now. They don't just have to play on Sunday. They can play on Thursday.
yeah,
They play some Thursday
and I think
and
it's
Monday
weird.
night
It's a
games.
short week.
Yeah.
If you look, the defense is never.
But if you look at a lot of teams are having to play 2 games coming up. I think Sevier County has to play 2 games. Somebody else is playing 2 games. So
These are 16, 17-year-old kids. They're fine.
I just don't see that it's not the same competition.
So
man.
I don't watch that channel, but I think that was going to be a good football game. I think that was going to be a good football game.
It was being a good football game till it storm came in and had to,
I don't think
eventually
Alcoa's
cancel.
offense had scored. Is that correct? That was a return touchdown.
No, it was interception.
Interception.
Throwed it right to him. I mean, he throwed it out of the end zone
So
to him.
Alcoa had not scored a touchdown.
No, had not.
Yeah.
Hadn't had many offensive possessions when that happened. Maybe only 1 or 2. And they had Greenville backed up, and they throwed it out of the end zone, and I don't remember, it wasn't a 5-yard TD run, interception return. It wasn't much. As a matter of fact, when Greenville scored it, I thought, wow, Greenville might really dominate this game, maybe.
It was going to be a defensive battle.
Yeah, it was going to be a battle down the road.
I mean, you have 2 defensive coordinators as head coaches that have won state championships, multiple, not just one, multiple. And they were that was going to be a defensive football game.
It probably was. So you're probably right.
I think both defenses were better than both offenses. I hate that it didn't finish. They'll come down here next year. Everybody can say what they want to. I hate it didn't finish. I wish it had been played on Friday after they got canceled on Thursday. But it is what it is.
Well, weather happens, and there's not much you can do about it. I mean, weather got a bunch of teams, even got some teams on Friday night from Upper East Tennessee. There was just some bad weather there that was up there that went down here. So let's take this call right here. Quick caller, you on the air?
Yeah. What's the penalty for Oak Ridge football coach? He can't go to the game. He can't be on the field, or how's that work?
That's right.
$250 fine and 1 game suspension.
Yep.
He can't even go to the game.
One game suspension.
1 game suspension. I don't think he can be on the facilities.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
I wonder if someone from Oak Ridge would call in and let us know what happened.
Well, maybe they will. They're on the road. So it didn't happen here tonight. It happened in McMinn. So we'll have to wait till somebody gets back. Maybe somebody
had to happen.
Yeah. All I heard was, they had some issues with a clock or something, and it's bad officiating. Like I said earlier, you hear that from that one in particular person a lot about officiating being bad. So I didn't take too much till they said, wait a minute, looks like coach has got another penalty he's having to be escorted off. They wouldn't have to escort him off. They had to physically restrain him from what I seen on what Chandler showed me there on their TV little thing they had going. So Coach Gaddis had to escort him off. I'm sure somebody said something about sideline warnings. There had been a bunch, maybe 6 or something like that.
I don't know.
And they say there's not very much on that sideline. Never been there, so don't know. They say there's not very much room over there on that sideline anyway. Maybe less than 6 feet.
Wow.
I don't know if that's the case or not neither. So if there's not 6, don't know. Quick caller, you on the air?
Well, guys, what do you say? That was wow. That was an interesting game for sure.
Hey, we're gonna. It was an interesting game. I know you weren't there, so what have you heard from other people?
I watch it on Prep Radio, so make sure you guys tune in next time on Prep Radio if you want to listen to the man, myth, legend, David Clary. But basically what happened was, and David Quinter already pointed this out.
Hey, we're gonna put you on hold real quick. You'll want to hear this guy that's calling in. So let's put you on hold and let us get Jesse. He's got a short time here frame, so let us get Jesse and we'll get right back to you.
All right.
See if I can do that right. I might have to cut him off. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey guys, it's Jesse Smithy. How are y'all?
Hey Jesse, what's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Just not a crazy appealing night tonight, but did have a couple upsets I'm sure we'll talk about. But just kind of a catch a breather type of week here in week 5 of the season.
Take us through those upsets. Elaborate a little bit on those and talk about what happened tonight.
Well, I think Oak Ridge losing to McMinn County was a little bit of an upset, and sure, you can say, well, they have a young quarterback playing on the road, and maybe you might have a slip-up like this in a season. But McMinn County's really good on defense, and they have one of the better linebackers in the state in Landon Feggins. And so we knew kind of going in that McMinn County was capable of hanging with Oak Ridge a little bit. But for Oak Ridge to only put up 200 yards of offense tonight was pretty shocking. And, of course, Derek Rain got ejected from the game, and I know that probably threw Oak Ridge for a loop. So this is a big learning lesson for Oak Ridge, and I'm sure he's going to use it for motivation and just seeing how they respond to this kind of adversity and kind of a growing up moment.
So when did he get ejected? Was that in the first half or second half, or do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and look at the tweets. I want to say it was around the midpoint of the game, whether that's late second quarter or early third quarter, just kind of depending on when I saw the news start coming out on social media.
Early third.
And so it was I think maybe around 7-3 at that point. Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe it was one of those things where he's trying to get ejected, try to get some life into his team on the road, and it just didn't work. So again, sometimes you press buttons that don't work, and we'll see how Oak Ridge responds to that. But that means, I guess it means he'll be unavailable next week against Clinton.
I'm being told, Jesse, that he didn't leave immediately from the ejection, and that possibly could be a 2-game suspension. I don't know that to be. I don't know that to be the case. I don't know about leaving immediately. I'm hearing he might not have left immediately, and it might be 2 games.
We'll check in with the TWSAA and kind of see what's turned in on that and kind of get an official ruling. But they're in the middle of about a 5-game road stretch here in the middle of their season, and we saw kind of what Clinton can be at times this year, and if he's not able to be on the sideline and be that kind of calming presence for his team, it's going to be an interesting game next week against the Dragons.
So speaking of that, while you're on, and then we'll go back to the other upset, is he a defensive or offensive play caller, or is he just
offense?
He's the offensive play caller?
I understand.
Okay. So he calls plays on the offense?
Yep, that's what I was told. So I don't know.
Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. What was your other upset there tonight that you were talking about?
Well, I mean, that's really probably the main one. I mean, there was a win by CAK on the road up at Lakeway. That was sort of surprising. That was a 65-51 win by CAK. And then Maryville had another injury to a key player. And Maryville won tonight, but, man, it's just, we're not used to seeing this, right? We're not used to seeing their QB1 go down for the season, their starting running back going down for the season. And now their second-string running back, who was a starter, kind of played in the slot and a little bit all over, he sustained a hand injury tonight. I mean, I don't think he's going to be lost for the season or anything, but this is just kind of startling stuff that we're seeing out of Maryville. In the second half, they ended up playing a freshman quarterback, Will Jones, whose older brother was a standout there at Maryville. But to see them go with a freshman quarterback, that's just unheard of in Maryville football if you look back over the last 20 years.
Jesse, I heard they split snaps in the first half, and then he took over the entire second half. So I was going to ask you about that.
And Graham Coulter, who's a junior, who's 6'4", 185 pounds. I mean, I heard he played fine. I mean, he had a couple of interceptions, and of course, Will Jones, I think, had an interception early in the third quarter, and that's kind of to be expected at times over a freshman quarterback. But I mean, he played well, threw for over 100 yards in the game. But I don't know if it's get this freshman prepared because everybody's getting hurt, and we might need him, or maybe they're just really buying into the two-quarterback system this year. So. It's just we're seeing things that we've just not used to seeing out of Maryville this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So next week, is Maryville play Hardin Valley next week, and then they go to Bearden? Is that kind of their – and then Farragut?
I haven't really been able to take a look at next week other than I know that Farragut and Bearden play on Thursday night, and I know Oak Ridge and Clinton plays, but I haven't really been able to get the full scope of what next week looks like. We're still kind of – in the middle of finishing up and putting a bow on this week, but this was just kind of an off week. There's a lot of blowouts tonight, and like I said, it's just a good week to kind of press pause and kind of catch your breath going into the second half of the season, which should have some absolute massive games coming down the stretch.
Did the Lenoir City Campbell County score surprise you?
No, I mean Lenoir City they just taken another step. Even though they got rid of their coach in the off season, they're still using the same kind of unorthodox offensive system, and it's really tough on defenses and puts pressure on them all night long with the way that they run the football. And Trey Wilhite, the leader of that Lenoir City offense, is one of the more unheralded players in East Tennessee. I mean, that guy just puts up big touchdown plays after big touchdown play, and so them getting in a shootout with Campbell County is exactly what they wanted.
Hey, Jesse, right now, is West the best 5A football team in the state, or at this point?
I think so. I mean, it's not a West and everybody else type of feel. I still think Oak Ridge is going to have a say in thing. I still think Powell is going to be there in the late rounds of the playoffs to possibly challenge West High School. It's a West High School team that's getting better each and every week, and that's scary. But they don't have that kind of firepower, chemistry, just kind of special team bond that maybe last year's team had. But we're seeing West evolve into a program that, much like we saw with Fulton for a while, or Webb for a while, or Maryville for a while, where it just you can sustain heavy losses to graduation, and then that standard of excellence and expectation pushes the next group in and makes them successful as well. So I feel like that's what we're seeing West evolve into right now. I don't know how long this stretch will last for their team, but it's definitely taking hold right now.
Halls and Carter, another game tonight. A lot of people thought Carter had a chance in that game.
Yeah, I don't think Halls did. I don't think Halls
well, that's right, they did.
Out there. So they went out to Strawberry Plains and just put another beat down on Carter, and this is a Halls team that's 5-0 for the first time in 4 or 5 years. I think 2019 was their last time at 5-0, but it's they're just so big on the lines, and that's what you talk to other coaches about them, about what makes them special, and it's just a mismatch in the trenches. And when you can push people around in front of you, whether you're on the offensive line or defensive line, you're going to win a lot of football games. And of course, Halls can do that, and then they have the skilled players to take advantage of these holes and things like that. So it's a cool storyline halfway through the season. We'll see if Halls can continue that and ride it to some playoff success. They're definitely going to be one of the underdogs in the postseason.
Yeah, I would agree. That I got some buddies that just, the golf team from that 15-16 era that I play golf with some now, and they're just talking about how this is one of the best Halls football teams they've watched, in a long time. Quarterback is young, right, Jesse? I mean, solid sophomore maybe?
Yeah, Mari Lesko, I mean, he was our player of the week this past year. I mean, he's definitely not a senior, and a guy that, as he told me, didn't really start playing quarterback seriously until about 8th grade, and continued that into high school, and has gotten better each season. And you look at Halls, and they were 2-9 a year ago, and a lot of kids in today's age, as we know, when adversity hits, maybe they go transfer to another school or what have you. So I just applaud the Halls coaching staff up there for keeping it all together, getting those kids to buy in, and now you're seeing the fruits of that.
Absolutely. Well, Jesse, I know you have a lot to do. Is there anything else that I know a lot of people are, wanting to hear Clinton Oak Ridge talk? Is Oak Ridge still the favorite in that game? If Vegas was making a line, would they still be about a 10 or 12-point favorite?
Yeah, I still think, I don't know what favorite or amount of points it would be or anything like that. I'm not trying to spark any type of gambling in the community, but I still think they're definitely a favorite. Clinton's had some really tough things happen to them in the off season and in season to their line play on offense and defense. In 5A football, you have to have legit number ones and then some depth behind them to really sustain success for a regular season and then into the postseason. And they've had transfers, they've had injuries, and it's unfortunate because they have some of the best skill talent around. But man, when you're running for your life as a quarterback and not being able to really penetrate other teams' offenses from the defensive front, it just makes life difficult. So I think Oak Ridge's ability on their offensive defensive line probably gives them the edge in that game.
Yeah, little Keith about got killed last night, man. He took some hits.
Yeah,
last night.
they're rolling him out as much as they can, and of course he's great on the run, and can make plays on the fly, and he threw some amazing passes last night. But it's just so much pressure on him every single play to try to big play and outscore an opponent.
Yep.
Okay, last question for you. This was brought up on the show earlier. Why did Alcoa and Greenville not play on Friday night?
I think for me, I wasn't able to really talk to the coaches, but when you look at the travel costs involved with that, to do it back-to-back nights, I'm sure that might have had something to do with it. Just getting a team, it's almost like playing back-to-back nights, right? That can be a stressor on teams. It could lead to injuries. There are a number of factors that I think went into that. It's just not as easy as it sounds, getting a game organized and getting them back together the next night.
Gotcha. I know a lot of people wanted to see that football game.
My theories on that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people wanted to see that football game. Of course, that's why the call comes and the questions come with that. So I guess we'll get part 2 next year.
All right. Sounds good.
Hey, buddy, thank you so much.
Jess.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, see. Hey, let's jump out and take another break. We'll be right back on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Glad to be with you. What was we talking about? We had Jesse on. He filled us in on a few things. We got caught up there a little bit. Good to talk to him. Appreciate him calling in. He didn't think there was really too many big.
Nope.
A lot of one-sided games tonight, but
kind of felt like going into
and
the
I thought he was leaning a little bit Clinton's way on the Clinton Oak Ridge thing. Did you take it that way? I did.
I felt like he feels like that Clinton's got a chance to win because of that better skill position.
If they don't work on recovering the onside kick, they don't.
You just want 5 minutes.
I just want 5 minutes on the onside kick. It's all my coach. Work on it 5 minutes. That's all you got to do.
So they've played five football games and 4 of them.
I think everybody's done it in every one
4.
of them.
Cleveland started it.
Yeah, they've done it. Everybody's done it.
Yeah.
Clinton's played 5 games. They've not had a bye yet or off date or whatever. Yeah, just work on the onside kick. I mean,
5
recovering
minutes.
it. That's all. And Jesse is right. They have had some injuries.
And a bad break losing the line.
And they did lose somebody. But listen, what team in Tennessee this year has not got injuries right now? What team in Tennessee has not had people leave from your school and go to another school? That happens everywhere. So, you know, is that a legitimate excuse? Yeah, maybe, but, you know, it's part of life today, and not only in high school football, but in college football. I mean, the only reason it don't happen in the pros is because they give them contracts and they have to stay till they get traded, or they do it in the pros. So, you know, I don't know.
So I didn't watch the Powell-Clinton game, but did Clinton just get dominated up front?
Most definitely. Yeah.
So they got the skill.
The running back from Powell was 100. I don't remember what it was exactly. It was over 150 yards rushing. they just, they did what they wanted to do offensively to Clinton. They pushed them around. And when I said I honestly thought Josh Keith about got killed last night, I really did. I thought it would maybe we need to take him out. Get him out to have him to come down the stretch. This is not a region game. Get him out because we're going to get him killed. These whole A blocks, you can't, you just can't, he's a tough young man. I'll say that. The lick he got right up, but he's a tough young man, I'll say it, because he had to be a very sore young man this morning when he got up to go to school today at Clinton. If he went, he had to be I can understand him not going this morning and having to go in late because he's so sore, because he took a lick last night.
Coalfield keeps rolling.
They don't ever change down there, man. They don't change. So Jesse didn't elaborate on it much. He just said it's a weird offense that Lenore City runs. What are they running, like a wing tee or something maybe?
I thought it was triple option.
It's a triple option?
I thought it was. Yeah, last time. I think he talked about that about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they kept their offense coordinator. But, yeah, I can't remember exactly. But, wow, West Ridge beats William Blunt 49-38.
Is that Williams Blunt's first loss?
That's William Blunt's first loss. Boy, Hardin Valley did a good job of scheduling to get to 3-0, didn't they?
Yeah, they get to 3-0. Now they're 3-2.
Yeah, they're about to be 3-3. Maryville rolls into town.
Maryville gets them next week?
Yep.
Well, they got some wins under their belt, so it's making it a little bit easier right now. So, there ain't no telling who this is. Let's see.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
All right, gentlemen. Let's try this again.
Sorry, we had more important people calling.
Say again?
We had more important people calling.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so what happened was, in the beginning of the game, McMinn County runs a very hybrid wing tee. It's not a regular wing tee like Hardin Valley runs. There's like a little shotgun mixed in there. Little pistol mixed in with there. And the first possession of the game, it goes to McMinn County, and they run 9 minutes off the clock. They drive 80 yards. Like they basically took the entire first quarter. So Oak Ridge had a hard time adjusting to that. Then when they finally did, they were getting stops. They were finally getting momentum back in the second half, because the first half all they got was a field goal. That was it. Second half rolls around. We're getting stops. We're stopping them. Third quarter rolls around. Important juncture of the game. It's 3rd and long. We stop them. They're fired up because we feel the momentum swing. Because at that point they had their way with us. They just did. We couldn't stop them. Say again?
We
feel an important momentum swing.
And they kept driving on us. We finally got a stop, and the boys were fired up. Everyone was fired up. But something happened. Like, there's no flag. There is no flag whatsoever. And the referees are talking to Coach Rang for 10 minutes. It's just 10 minutes of no action. And again, I just want to point this out. There was no flag. I want to emphasize this. We stopped them 3rd and long. We're still down. Momentum is now swing to our side. And it's 10 minutes of no action. Everyone's looking around what's going on. Even David Clary's pointing out, what are they talking about? Let's get this game going. And I want to go ahead and point out, as they were talking to Coach Rang, they let 30 seconds off the clock. Then they finally decided to look at the clock and stop it. So 10 minutes went by. They're talking to Coach Rang, and all of a sudden, again, no flag was called. 10 minutes talking to Coach Rang, and all of a sudden, they called a penalty on us for sideline interference, and now McMinn County has 15 yards on the ball after a huge stop. And he was livid, like fired up. And whether or not he did it on purpose or whatever, he just got fired up. And he is the first coach in Oak Ridge football history to get tossed in a football game.
Is that a fact or a statement?
Say again?
Are you sure about that?
David Clary said it on the radio.
Really?
Yes. First coach in Oak Ridge football history to get tossed in a football game.
It's a long time. A lot of football.
Yeah. Over 80 years. And there's just, I don't know, I'm just flabbergasted that it was you can make a debate and argument about whether or not we would have won the game. Who knows? McMinn County played some good football. Maybe we would have game. Maybe we wouldn't have won the game. Whatever. But those officials were terrible. The worst officiating in basketball and high school football I've seen in the state of Tennessee. It was just terrible. Like, you didn't know who the penalty was on if they threw it because they didn't point in any direction. They just talked and went about their way. Again, they talked with Coach Rain for 10 minutes, gave us a penalty even though they never threw a flag.
So, caller, here's what I'm going to say. So, what Jesse and you both said would not be correct. If they have the momentum and everything's going their way, he's not getting tossed from that game on part. It's not something you're trying to do to get you just made a big stop. You have the momentum.
What he's not telling you, it's 7-3 right then. So you're in the ball game.
It's not like it's 21-0. Your kids are out there laying down, and you need to get them going.
Yeah.
So basically, it sounds like to me, you don't know the full story, but something happened. He gets ejected. A penalty's thrown. First down, McMinn County.
And another thing I'm going to point out is, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I know David Clary won't say it, but I'll go ahead and say it for him. Is what a horrible schedule. And you know what? You can thank Coach Scott Cummings for this schedule because we're playing 5 consecutive road games, and McMinn County is a playoff team we'll probably see in the future. What a horrible schedule he put for us. 5 consecutive road games, and he puts a playoff team we always see. McMinn County is a hard team to play at, or they're a hard place to play at. That's always a tough environment.
Last year, you were a big Scott Cummings fan, and now you're on him about his scheduling.
Horrible scheduling on Coach Cummings' part. David Clary's still on the radio as well. And last time I checked, was Fulton playing tonight?
Yes, they played, and they got beat by Gatlinburg-Pittman at Gatlinburg-Pittman, and there's a rod run. That's terrible scheduling.
Yeah. Did you go to that game?
I did not. I did not make the game tonight.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so, yeah, horrible scheduling by Coach Scott Cummings. And, good riddance. I'll see you guys.
He gets a lot of information.
Well, here's what he does. He calls me last week and says his fans or his audience told him he needed to call. Like he's got a big audience. He's got an audience of one, probably.
Yeah, and it's himself. And I have found out, I had to let him know because I had some Oak Ridge people to actually text me and said, hey, he's not even an Oak Ridge fan. No.
He's a Clinton fan. He's a Clinton guy. He think
he's an Oliver Springs liker.
Yeah, he's an Oliver Springs guy. So I don't even know why
he calls David Clary just to get info.
He does. That's all he does.
He wasn't at the game.
He was not at the game. Go ahead, caller, you on the air.
How are you, sir?
Doing good.
Good. Big night of high school football. Week 5 already. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hard to believe. I'm on my way back to Nashville. Davison Academy with another big win, still undefeated. But the big game out here tonight was Lipscomb and Innsworth.
Who won?
Lipscomb beat Innsworth 24-10. Unbelievable how many Division I prospects are in that football game. And how many have already left. The quarterback for Lipscomb left and went back home, 3 weeks ago, I guess. But,
yeah, he left.
Where'd he get? Where's back home?
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I heard him say.
So what? I guess the big news is Oak Ridge and Rockwood, maybe.
Yeah, the big news is Oak Ridge. I mean, the coach getting thrown out is more of a bigger news than
I still
Oak Ridge
think
losing.
The loss is huge. I mean, it's
a big loss.
It don't make sense. I mean, the offense obviously went down and played a good defense, and they laid an egg tonight. I mean, they didn't score a touchdown. And they've been putting up big numbers, and it's hard to believe with as many athletes they have at running back and wide receiver that they didn't put up any points. Didn't score a touchdown.
They got Clinton next week, right, without him?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And he calls the plays on offense?
I understand he calls the plays. That's what they were talking about on the radio, that he called the plays. I don't know if he does or not. So I know zero about him, so I couldn't tell. Yeah, and I guess I am a little shocked. I know I'm not shocked Oliver Springs beat Rockwood tonight, but yes, that's probably at the top.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You know better than that. You know better.
I like Coach Webb a lot, and you know that.
I'm not talking about Coach Webb or anything else. I'm talking about Oliver Springs and Rockwood. They're not supposed to do that.
Who, Oliver Springs is not?
No.
Why not?
No.
It's Oliver Springs.
Well, it's a
Oliver Springs Bear football team, weren't they?
Apparently they are tonight, anyway.
I thought
it's a little bit of a shock, Barry. Just to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is a little shock. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a shock that Oliver Springs beat Rockwood.
Man, I didn't. I think I thought Oliver Springs would win that football game going into it. We actually talked about that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I thought Oliver Springs would. I don't know. Rockwood just hadn't seemed like they just got it rolling, or they just don't seem like they're the same.
Rockwood struggled a little bit this year.
Yeah.
They're struggling a little bit, but I would have still thought that they had enough physicality about them. Oliver Springs young again, new coach. That was surprising to me.
Hey, back to the Innsworth Lipscomb game. Did you attend that game?
No, he went to see his grandson play.
Okay.
I was listening to it on the radio.
Okay. Yeah, Lipscomb got beat up pretty good by Baylor.
Yes, well, but Baylor's the number 23rd team in the country.
Yeah, but I wonder if just the loss of Trent Dilfer is making
I think that's hurt them, but I also think they brought that quarterback in, and he stayed a couple weeks and got homesick and went back home.
Where was he from, caller?
Huh?
Where was the quarterback from?
I'm thinking south somewhere, but he moved. Supposedly he moved up here with his dad, and then all of a sudden he gets homesick. So I guess they got caught. I guess somewhat in a little bit of a deal where he really didn't move up here.
How in the heck's he gonna survive in college?
I mean, he left. Lipscomb is the one that Harriman played in the state championship when what's his name was a senior, and Lipscomb really started coming on the scene. They were anywhere now. I mean, their facilities and stuff now are just unbelievable. That's where they missed Dilfer. I mean, he's put them on the map from a with Innsworth and Independence, all of those. I don't know. It's a different league.
Hey, Ron, I'll tell you a funny story about David Lipscomb. You'll appreciate this, and I know this to be a fact. David Lipscomb loses Trent Dilfer. David Lipscomb goes on a coaching search. Jason Witten takes the job. Jason Witten comes back and tells his two boys and his wife what's going on. They decide to take the job, and his two boys looked at him and said, "Have fun. We ain't moving."
Wow.
Where do they live?
They're in Texas. He's coaching them.
He's coaching them?
Yeah. He said, "Have fun." Wife, he looked at his wife and he said, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going on?" And, I thought this, and he said, "We decided we ain't moving." So he's back coaching football in Texas.
This current coach is an NFL player too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was an ex-NFL player, coach for the Titans. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but Jason Witten was offered the job. He accepted the job, and then called back and said, "I'm out." All within 24 hours.
Well, Innsworth is the one that really got all this started, right? When all those Titan players sent their kids to Innsworth, and I mean, it's a tremendous facility out there, and even their golf team. You'll appreciate that, John. Their golf team has a computer lab that they use for their golfing team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just unbelievable what's going on in high school out there now. That whole area.
I think Nashville and Chattanooga has been hit harder by privates than Knoxville in the past, but I think it's creeping this way more and more. But you say there's a lot of Division I talent. I mean, they go get them.
Hey, I'm
Well,
sure.
And I was thinking when I was listening to that game, how many local schools are missing players from their communities that are going there.
Yep.
Hey, I was wondering where your grandson goes to school. How many? I guess there's a building down there. It's probably got your name on it, doesn't it?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, I knew the answer was no, because you're too tight to give any money for anybody.
We're just there for the education.
Yeah, just there for the education. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yeah, I'm sure Eli's. That's what it is.
Hey, Ron, let's talk about something real quick, and then we'll go to UT football with you. Do you know a good special teams high school coach?
Yeah, we need a special teams coach.
David needs a good special teams coach once a week for 5 minutes.
I see for 5 minutes for Clinton. 5 minutes, Barry. I know you can't see me, but I'm holding 5 fingers.
4 for 5 games, onside kick given up, and David just needs a new special teams coach for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, all I'm asking.
You mean they've given up? They've given up 4 onside kicks?
Everybody's doing it to them. I guarantee it'll happen next week in the Clinton and Oak Ridge game. I guarantee Oak Ridge onside kicks.
Don't they have any good hands, people?
No, apparently not. Yeah, they got some good hands, all right.
Apparently they don't even line up for the good hands. I mean, it's.
But I'll tell you where some good hands people are going to be tomorrow. They're going to be in Gainesville, Florida, and they're going to be wearing Tennessee uniforms, and it's going to be a romp.
Florida's going to romp, right?
No. I tell you what, last week was I guess the eeriest feeling I've ever had at a college football. It's the first college football game that I have ever attended where there was no national anthem, nor was there a prayer. And in UT's case, they didn't come out of the tee. That was the eeriest feeling in the world to start that game with the players on the sideline.
Because of the weather, right?
Well, yeah, they had a delay.
Lightning delay.
It really never developed into anything. But I mean, it was a 5:27, so you had 27 minutes. But I'm just saying, they just came out of that re-warm up. No band on the field. Just eerie feeling.
Well,
and you're already playing Austin Peay, and you're going to Florida next week. I mean,
sure.
Home opener, you're excited, but you played a pretty big game in Nashville. It felt like a home game. That was, but the biggest problem with what I see is Milton going to be consistent enough thrower throughout the year for them to win?
Not happening.
9-10 games.
No. Well, and we got to have some receivers that quit dropping passes too. But Austin Peay came out, guys. They schemed really, really well. You know, they kept us on the field for several plays without subbing, and I think that hurt us a little bit. But I thought they schemed well. I thought the big chance they took on 4th and 8 at about their own 30-yard line. I mean, they were in it. They were in it to have a good time.
Yeah, they had nothing to lose, that's for sure. But Milton's got to be more consistent.
Yeah, quarterback play is really inconsistent right now.
Well, but I think tomorrow, I think you start seeing a lot of settling down. I'm not sure that the last 2 weeks hasn't been spent on Florida with Austin Peay in the middle there. I just think tomorrow you got Mays coming back. That will solidify the line of scrimmage. I think you're going to see some what we expected out of wide receivers tomorrow. Guys, if Florida hasn't improved about 200% from where they were last 2 times I've seen them, they've been a terrible football team. The Swamp will make them better. There's no question about it. I just don't know if it'll make them better. Get them good enough.
How many years it's been since Tennessee won down there?
Gosh, 12, 15?
20.
20. Well, I know I'll never go back down
2001, 2003. Casey Clausen.
I'll never go again.
I think Casey Clausen won in 2001 and 2003. He won down there twice. And I think in 2002 they went down and upset Miami with Casey Clausen. I think for some reason I want to remember he was like 3-0 in the state of Florida. Now, You know, I think that's probably some of Tennessee's best teams ever, even though they didn't win a national championship.
Yeah.
You look from 2000 to 2003, that was pretty
Well,
dominant football.
I think I think the spread's dropped now to 5.5.
I'm just worried about Tennessee tomorrow. Inconsistent quarterback play,
But
receiver.
you worry about Tennessee every week. You worry about Tennessee.
Nah, man, I got my Tennessee hat on tonight. I'm ready to go. I'm all in.
You might have a hat on, but that doesn't mean you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
You're one of those that really hopes Tennessee never wins another football game.
I'm ready to go.
Really happy.
I'm ready to go.
That would make you really happy.
What would make me happy tomorrow is if Tennessee would win tomorrow win big. They need to win big. They need to win big.
No, they don't need to win big. They just need to win.
No, big. We need to make it. This is a statement game.
No. This is a game that says we're coming back. Just like you heard. 20 years, we're coming back.
When that game's I started saying I'd call you after that game's over after Tennessee wins big tomorrow, but you'll be in the bed already. You won't even know what the final is. I'll call you Sunday then, sometime Sunday.
But I tell you what might happen.
What?
Tennessee goes down there and drops a bomb on them, and Florida plays as badly as they did the first couple games. You could see a coaching change.
No.
I mean, they're pitiful. They were pitiful.
I said that too. That's the worst Florida team.
Second year, Napier's second year, and they can't fire him after 2 years.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can fire you after 2 years.
The first coach in the SEC that should be fired is Jimbo Fisher.
I think when you see what they're doing in Colorado and some of these other places in a year, I think
gosh.
I guess to me, Jonathan, what it is it's not necessarily it's the brand of football that he's playing. I mean, they can't line up. They can't stay on sides.
Florida's bad.
Elementary stuff. It's elementary stuff.
Recovering an onside kick's elementary too.
5 minutes.
5 minutes is all we need.
Right. You're exactly right.
It's
exactly right.
basic football. You're right.
So you're on that Deion Sanders kick, huh? Colorado's beating Nebraska and TCU.
All I'm saying is you got to give him a lot of credit
for winning 2 games.
A lot of people
because nobody thought he'd win none.
He got 60 new players.
And the laugh is on them.
Yeah. Oh no.
Everybody in that stadium tomorrow will be wearing sunglasses too.
Yeah, they will, because Big Cox is sitting under some bright lights right now. That's what's shining on them right now, these bright lights like in the studio here. They've got, you're right, everybody will have a hood shirt on, a hat tomorrow, and some sunglasses, because the coach from Colorado State, has called him out. When he talks to people who are grown-ups, he takes his hat and his sunglasses off.
My mama taught me when I talk to adults, you take your sunglasses
You got to give him credit. They may
I
falter.
take my sunglasses off and never take my hat off, folks. Yeah, that's what his mom told him.
It's a really feel-good story so far for him. You know, he's surrounded himself with pretty good coaches. I mean, he's in it to win.
And he might have one of the best coaching staffs around. He sure is. He's got some pretty good coaches.
I don't think it's it's some kind of a look at me kind of thing. I think he's in it for the. Of course, it doesn't hurt to have a son. You know that was the number 1 quarterback either coming in. So
true.
And he's got the wide receiver playing both ways. And I mean, it's Hunter. I think it's the real deal.
Okay, I'm going to say something. Deion Sanders is a very highly competitive guy. He was a really good quarterback. He's a really good baseball player, and he's doing a good job. But it will always be, look at me. It ain't ever not going to be, look at me. It's always going to be, look at me.
Probably so. We'll see what Colorado's got after tomorrow. I think next week they play Oregon.
You can say what you want to. At the end of the day, Deion Sanders is always going to be, look at me.
Yeah, on the side of the hat, the Colorado hat's got prime time, man.
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, he was really good at everything he's done, but it's always going to be, look at me.
Yeah.
The commercial that they play during the football games, our prime lab, our prime this, our prime that.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is prime.
Well, one thing.
Affleck's 2 coaches.
Affleck is prime.
The 2 coaches are Nick Saban.
And Deion.
That's
right. Well, listen, if nothing else, he's helped revive Colorado a little bit, got them out of maybe some financial trouble, money-wise.
Oh my gosh. And think if they go, if they win 6 games and go to a bowl game.
Hey, every college
the national championship.
Hey, every college football TV show tomorrow is in Boulder. I mean, ESPN, Fox, I mean, I think they're all, or CBS or whoever it is, all the big college football programs are in Boulder at the same time tomorrow. College game days there, they're all there tomorrow. So Colorado's getting all the attention in the world. Yeah, you're correct, man.
And I don't know, I guess it's because they were so bad, but I still can't say they're, like, really good.
I didn't say they was really good, but they wasn't going to win any games this year.
I don't really know how good they are yet, but I mean, they're fun. I like the fact that they get after it pretty good, and they're much more physical than I would have ever thought they would.
I've got social media fatigue over.
One game last year's all they won, man. One.
I got social media fatigue over Deion Sanders in Colorado.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of hype. We'll
I
check the
think
substance.
It'll be fun next week. Clinton's a good place to go watch and do high school football games.
Great place.
Folks there have always been good to us, and that'll be a big game. And
Is this game
of the week?
It is.
I don't know what a coach did to get ejected, but then I also heard that maybe he didn't leave immediately. That might get him another ejection.
Could be, if that's the case. We don't know that that's the case. That's just a flying rumor right now.
Rumor is, too, that David Queener's working with a couple local Clinton people to get him up on top of the community center gymnasium.
Yeah, I am.
We'll
get him up there. Now, I can tell you this much. Yeah. I don't know him, but if it was Gaddis, I would try to help him out.
You'd have him up on the roof.
Yeah, I'd get him on the
community center.
Yeah, I'd get him in a disguise.
Because that would be legal. That'd be legal.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe it's been done before. I don't know.
All I've ever hated is that you never got on the bus.
He said maybe it's been done.
Maybe it's been done before. You don't ever know. Maybe it has. You never know, man.
How many games did Gaylor coach from up there?
Oh, maybe it's been done. I didn't say Gaylor. And I don't think Gaylor ever got thrown out.
It's the next guy. You're right.
Might still be.
On the bus if he thought he was so close.
But you know. I'll tell you what, I'll bet you money. I bet Gaddis coaches. I bet Coach Gaddis coaches Friday night in Clinton. Almighty. All right, Barry, get on home, man. You're too old to be out this late. God almighty. Get on home. See you,
hey, Barry, that way we don't have to fight the crowd. Let's meet you and Queener. We'll meet over at Hoskins, and we'll walk up and watch it from the roof of the community center.
Watch it from the community center. Yeah.
Hey, if he pulls that off, I guarantee you it had something to do with the assassination.
I heard that, man. I heard that. See you, buddy.
Go Vols.
Buddy, y'all have a great weekend.
All right, see you, man. All right, see you. All right, let's take another break. We'll be right back just a minute.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. QT, man. Barry's off the rocker down there wherever he's at. He's on tomato juice or something. He don't know what he's talking about.
You think QT loses tomorrow?
No, I didn't say I think they lose. Man, it's just a hard place. You know, you said it. I didn't say it. 20 years?
Pretty sure 2001, 2003.
But I will agree with Barry on this, okay? And I hope he's not listening on the phone right now so he can call back in and brag about it. It is the Florida program is pitiful. They are pitiful. There's probably some high school teams around here that can compete with them. Okay? It's the truth.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not neither. Take one of the big private schools down in Nashville.
They'd smoke
They might smoke them, but it would be closer than what you think because Florida's that bad.
Oh,
Have you seen them play? You're
setting them up for failure tomorrow.
Who? Setting who up?
Tennessee.
Well, I'm not going to get to talk to the team tomorrow. Not unless you got the coach's number where I can call him and talk to him. He'll let me talk to him. I'm not, I don't think I have to set them up for failure. I think failure's looking them right dead in the eyes. 20 years. Yeah, because They proved it last week. They laid an egg.
He might just be an old ball coach and care less about that stuff.
He probably is.
They said they got all over him. Let's see who's on the phone. Let's take that call and then we'll talk about it.
Go ahead, caller. You on the air?
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Doing good.
It's first-time caller, and I'm calling about the Oliver Springs onside kicking. If you think Clinton is bad, you ought to see the joke that Oliver Springs pulls off.
What's that?
They had 5 onside kicks against Oakdale last week. 2 of them went out of bounds. 2 possessions at the 50 and 1 at the 44.
Well,
and tonight they onside kicked it, and it went 1 foot. 1 foot.
So
they
it
took
sounds
the ball
like
at the
Clinton needs to
40-yard
play
line,
Oliver
and if you
Springs.
keep giving the other team the ball at the 40-yard line or midfield, they're sooner or later going to score on you.
Yeah, but there's a difference here. Oliver Springs won tonight. Oliver Springs won tonight and last week. Clinton didn't win last night.
They won big, and they had a touchdown called back, and Boyd dropped a touchdown pass, and then he kicked it through the end zone, and they called, unsportsmanlike conduct, which they should have.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Hey, if you want to see a joke, just watch the onside kick for Oliver Springs.
They
it is
5
a
minutes
joke.
worth of practice.
Yeah, well, they need 5.
It's terrible down there.
All right, I'll try to catch him out. Thanks for calling, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, man. Well, what was he just called to say? I just answered to it, man. Go ahead. What was we talking about before the caller got us there? We was talking about Florida.
Yeah.
And the coach and all that. You don't think last week's game was an indication of what's going to – think about this. He might be able to throw the ball 100 miles and have the strongest arm in the country. He didn't make it at Michigan. He came to Tennessee. Hooker beat him out.
Oh, gracious. Here we
and I think it's a product. It's a product. He cannot play tomorrow, Cox, like he played last week.
No. But if he plays like he did in the Orange Bowl.
Different story.
It's a different
story.
If he played like he did week 1, after the first couple series, he got rolling after week 1.
I agree. It's all. But have you noticed?
I think Josh's offense is a rhythm-type offense. And I think when Milton's in rhythm, he's pretty efficient. When he's not, it's bad.
You know who Tennessee's offense reminds me of right now?
Who's that?
Reminds me of Anderson County's offense a few years ago when they throw those short passes and run you from sideline to sideline, and then all at once they bust it long down the middle and throw that long one. That's what he's throwing more of is the short stuff. And in the first game anyway, there's a lot of short stuff, not because they don't have anybody that really can catch the ball right now. They don't have a receiver. I think Tennessee's downfall tomorrow could be the receivers. Might not be the quarterback. It might just be the receivers.
And that Brew McCoy's a stud.
He is, but you can't target him every time.
No, and then
you got to spread the ball around a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't come back to Tennessee he didn't come back to play this year not to have a big year. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason he came back is to have a big year.
Yeah, and a big checkbook.
And a big check. That's right. Yeah,
So, but it goes back to something I heard a long time ago, and I've never really forgot this. In the Tennessee-Florida football game, whoever wins the rushing battle is like 90% win percentage in that football game. So I think, and I remember back in the day, if Tennessee could rush for 100-plus yards against Florida, they'd won like 11 out of those 12 games. I think tomorrow, and if you hear hype talk for the last couple weeks, it's be like, we got to run the football. As much as they throw it, and everybody talks about the speed of the offense, at the end of the day, they've got to be able to run the football.
But the kid that had the big game in the first game running the ball didn't even run the ball last week. Must be, I don't know, he could have been hurt, could have been held out for a reason. If you look at the computer pick tomorrow, the computer picks just got Tennessee to win 56%. They're only giving them a 56. I mean, I know that's
and 2 weeks ago it's probably 70%.
Probably. But they're not really, you look at most of the times when somebody's really favored big, it's going to be in the 80 percentile and the 90 percentile. Tennessee's 56% tomorrow to win the football game.
We have a
That's
guy
That's questionable.
We have a guy watching the show that won the Swamp in 2001. He won the Swamp in 2003. I wish he would call us, just to take you through that experience and what it's like.
Oh, I'm sure it's I'd say it's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been there. Just from what you hear people talk about it.
Yeah.
Barry says he'll never go back. He said the way you get treated there.
He must have went during the Spurrier era where they were very arrogant.
He probably did.
I went Zook.
Oh, you went in the downtime when there was.
And then I went 9/11 game.
Yeah.
And of course lost 1-1.
Okay, Tennessee win big tomorrow, or is it just a good football game, 7-10 points, something like that, 14 maybe?
I think it's going to be really close early. I think both teams will struggle a little bit early, and I think Tennessee ends up winning that football game because I think they're just better. I mean, you all got me convinced Florida can't line up. I mean, they're ready to play Baylor.
Yep.
But I think that's what, it's going to be a lot of hype, a lot of emotions. I mean, Milton's going to overthrow some people early. It's according to how bad his bad is.
I just hope he's not bad and keeps Florida in the game as far as I'm talking interception. Well, I don't even know if Florida's capable of intercepting the ball, just to be honest, because they're so bad. That's really. But you talked about him not getting fired. He's got one of the top recruiting classes coming in next year. It's the top 5, might be even higher than that. I mean, I don't know that means anything anymore with all the NIL stuff that's going on and all the other stuff. I mean,
if you lay an egg this year, and this is a proven fact in Tennessee, if he lays an egg tomorrow on national television at 7 o'clock, and then they go lose to Kentucky, then they lose to South Carolina, then they lose down the road to Georgia, that top recruit class ain't going to stay together. They don't matter how much money you pay them.
True.
South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, they got as big checkbooks as Florida does. Bigger, actually, because Florida couldn't pay some of their players what they said they were going to. So, I'm not. It's the best right now. We'll see how it looks in December. That a lot can change.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's what I mean. With recruits, you can have a top. You can be the number one recruiting class today, and when it comes early signing, you wind up 15th. You just don't know.
So if Tennessee can run the football tomorrow,
I think Tennessee has to rush for over 100 yards and have to throw for over 200 yards, and I think they probably are going to have to score 35 points at least.
Let's talk about something nobody's really talking about much this year.
What's that?
How good is Tennessee's defense? I mean, they looked really good in the first 2 games, but
compared to Heupel's first couple years, I think Tennessee did much better. Much improved.
Maybe the defense wins the football game tomorrow.
Yeah, it could be a 10-7 game.
Yeah,
who knows? I don't think so, but I don't think so.
There's so many possessions in a football game now; it's hard to win 10-7.
Yeah, it is, especially the way Tennessee tosses the ball around and things they do. I don't think it's a 10-7 game. Don't get me wrong. I think it winds up.
But maybe the defense holds them to 10.
I tell you what,
14 points.
Let's say 42 to 13, Florida. No, Tennessee.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, Tennessee. Hey, what did you think about the Texas-Alabama game last week?
I watched the majority of that game driving. Shouldn't probably say that, but I watch game. I don't get to watch game day much anymore. We're usually at a football field or something on Saturday morning.
You've been playing them weird schedules, them 9 a.m. games.
But we were obviously in Atlanta last weekend, and I watched a little bit of game day, and they say so much crap on there that they're just shooting off all the time. But I heard them say that Texas defensive line was one of the best defensive lines in the country, and they felt like they would dominate Alabama's offensive line. That could be the difference in the game. And after I watched that and heard that, they hit the nail on the head. Texas's defensive line did a really good job of making Alabama quarterback uncomfortable, and he loves to run. And he ain't gonna beat a good team running.
Well, tomorrow he's gonna be running up and down the sidelines carrying a clipboard because he got benched.
No, he didn't.
Yep,
I didn't know that.
Starting the other kid. I don't know his name, but he got benched.
I did not know that he got benched.
Yep, he did. He did.
So he's already done. So he's in transfer portal.
Maybe. I mean,
he'll be at Colorado next week. I can't believe you and Barry on that prime juice.
I didn't say I was on the prime juice. You have to. Some of the things that's went on out there, you have to be a little bit intrigued by what he's done, by all the players that's come in and left and stayed, and what he's done for a team that only won one game last year to win 2 this year. It don't matter to me who he's played. They've won 2 football games. If he wins tomorrow, I think we find out about him in week 4 when they actually
Colorado
have to play.
State's supposed to be any good?
No, I don't think so. It's a game
So why is game day there?
Because he's won 2 in a row.
Is the Slady games tomorrow that bad?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. You made a comment earlier as we were talking to Barry that if Coach, when Barry said he thought he might get fired, I said that earlier myself. And I might have said it last week, be a matter of fact. You said Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher. Yeah, he's probably got the worst program in the country.
For what they're paying him.
With probably more money to spend than
for the
anybody
resources
in the
he has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
I mean,
they can't. I shouldn't say they can't get rid of him because you can get rid of anybody.
They can get rid of him.
But it's like they don't. They're hanging on.
They gave him a chance. He brought in Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, that's enough right there to tell you that ain't gonna work.
That tells you they're desperate.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you 100%.
Jimbo had a guy named Jameis Winston that put him on the back and made him a lot of money. Jimbo's proven he can do less with more than about anybody in college football.
That's just like the old coach down at LSU. Old Burrow made him a lot of money too.
Sure did.
He's getting a check, I guess, every month from LSU right now still.
I'm going off kilter here. Have you watched the Johnny Manziel?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I have.
That's sad,
is there anything in there that really? Is there anything in there in that documentary that shocked you? Was you shocked by anything?
There was 2 things that stood out. Well, number one, his mental health.
Speaking of mental health, remind me to ask you a question later on about mental health, and let's go ahead and talk about who we're talking about, and then I'll go to the mental health question.
So the mental health caught me off guard. How they scammed all media outlets to make people think that he had oil money caught me off guard. The fact that they could get him out of training camp and his dad fake a heart attack.
There's just it's almost like it's just unbelievable, isn't it? It's almost like they made a bunch of stuff up. Maybe they fooled us.
And the fact that they scammed the NCAA and they were making so much money signing autographs. I mean, you talking about a guy that just keeps on getting chance after chance after chance.
After chance.
You know, and I'm sitting there watching it with 2 of my boys. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? It's like, it's bigger than what you're seeing right here.
Yeah.
It's bigger than what you're seeing.
So North Carolina has a wide receiver that has transferred in that's been at a couple places, and they're talking about the NCAA is supposedly all about mental health right now, and this kid's checks all the boxes, I reckon, and I reckon it's got pretty ugly between North Carolina people and other people on threats and things. It's been
and Mac Brown,
he's making no bones about it.
Mac Brown went about as hard as you could go.
Yeah, he's pretty much in on it. So what do you think about that situation? Do you think the kid should be eligible right now?
Why would anyone not be eligible? It seems like everybody's eligible.
I guess what
it's like the Euros kid when he got to Tennessee. You know, somebody asked me why. Yeah, but I don't know. Everybody's eligible. It's like high school sports. I hope somebody from Tito's Place listen. Everybody's eligible. I mean, and unless you're going from public to private, if you're going public to public or private to public, everybody's eligible.
So I know of an incident where a kid, and this is high school, a kid was.
And I think that's been used before.
What's
the mental health thing?
Yeah.
And it not be true.
Well, maybe.
I think people do whatever they can do.
Shame on them for doing that.
But you know.
Do you think Mac Brown would actually do that if that wasn't the case?
I'm not saying Mac Brown. I'm saying in high school sports.
In high school.
My son's been bullied. My son's been this. My mental health. I think there's a lot of cards played sometimes.
Yeah.
To get eligibility.
It's like in high school sports. I know a situation where a kid was ineligible on Monday or Tuesday, and Friday afternoon he was eligible.
Yep.
Ruled ineligible at the first of the week, but eligible at the end of the week.
Don't want to get sued. Who's got money to fight that?
I guess TSSAA runs on a skinny budget, I guess. I don't know. Man, you can threaten lawsuits for everything, though, but I understand that. But you
get where I'm coming from.
Oh, I get exactly where you're coming from.
I don't know enough about the NCAA to say should he be, should he not be. I just know it seems like everyone can transfer, everyone's eligible, so why not this kid?
So, yeah, why not this kid? So don't you think the Michigan situation with Jim Harbaugh right now, the three-game suspension at Michigan, what's going to happen to Michigan when the NCAA comes back and slaps him next year and says, we don't care how many games you suspended him, he's going to be suspended for 5 or 6 games next year. What do you think will happen then? Will that be the end of the NCAA? Maybe they'll blow it up. These colleges are going to blow the NCAA up and take them out.
That's a great question.
Because they're coming up, these, no longer the days of having 9 members in your conference or 10. You're going to have 20 or maybe even more eventually, possibly. So, it's going to wind up, there's going to be 2 or 3 conferences that's going to rule everything.
Yeah, but I still think there'll be a governing body. I still think they'll play for NCAA national championships. They're losing control.
Oh, big time.
That's the scary part. And when they start losing control, how does that trickle down to what we do? How does that trickle down to the Georgia State Athletic Association, the Tennessee State Athletic?
So,
how does this start trickling down?
That's a good question. My question to you is going to be, don't you think all this stuff from college has done trickled down into high school? Do you think it could be affecting high school play right now because we're allowing these kids to go anywhere and everywhere and transfer, and we don't have
Yep.
What TSSAA's had in the past has been on shaky ground, but it's even on more shakier ground now today, or I think it is anyway. So could this situation of high school football being like it is, I'll play for whoever this year, next year, or 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna go play for this team.
Absolutely.
That's where it's coming. So
there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And you wait and see if you get if NCAA loses control and you start getting these divided and these splits, and it all goes back to money with TV contracts.
Oh yeah, it's all about the money.
When you start getting into this, the question's going to be who starts in what state doing their own thing with high school sports.
All right, folks, we're going to take our last break, and if nobody calls when we come back, we'll get Cox, see if I can get a score out of him. He ain't never given me no score yet. He's afraid to. He's afraid he'd be wrong. But anyway, we'll take our last break, and we'll be right back here in just a couple minutes on the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower, featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law, 865-546-1111, and turn your red into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back to the free medical clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And man, I almost let this get away tonight. I understand that today is a special occasion around here.
Yes, sir.
I understand today is Big Brad Jones's birthday. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I'm being told.
Is that the big 50?
Lot more than 50.
Oh, a lot more than 50. A lot more than 50.
Well, happy birthday, Brad. That's what we're being told. at your birthday.
And I want to say this: the amount of work that Brad does and the passion that he has for high school sports.
Ain't nobody got it anymore, man, than he does.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Well, not only what had happened, if you go back and really look at it from like day one to today, you just see that you can see that hard work's paid off what he's doing. So the broadcast of his games from what it used to be to what it is today, technology and everything's got in there with him, and he's right on top of it. So happy birthday, buddy. Hope you had a good. What's left of it? Oh well, being Friday, he's being stressed out like he is. He's always on Friday for a game. But anyway, so tomorrow, Tennessee, Florida. I still think Tennessee wins. I might go with your theory that it's a close ball game in the first half. I think Tennessee gets it in. I'll say 42-13 like I did earlier.
I'll say 31-17.
31-17. I thought about 17 on that 42, but I'll go the 13 route. So we'll take that. We'll take that.
Next week's going to be a fun week. Clinton, Oak Ridge.
Big game.
On
Channel 12.
Right here, game of the week. I think it will be a lot of hype, a lot of talk. Interesting to see what develops over the next couple of days. I'm sure we'll get some good sources and some good information. I don't want to kick a man when he's down, but obviously we'll ask Coach Rain, hey, what's going on here? What happened?
Try to find out.
Yep.
Yeah, we won't let the Oak Ridge caller get the information. We'll get it ourselves because he's not really an Oak Ridge fan. So
interested to see if.
It'll be interesting to see what sideline he's on at Clinton next week.
I agree.
Or if he has an excuse.
I'm saying no-show.
That's what I was going to say, being a no-show. He's probably a no-show. He won't even show up, so that'll be all right, too. Well, wait a minute. We probably shouldn't have said anything because his audience is probably calling him right now and telling him to call. He has to call. He's got an audience, Yeah, he's got an audience of one.
Of one.
Yeah, of one.
And then the next week we got Anderson County, Clinton.
Another big game.
And then about that time of year is when we start figuring out, hey, we're 7-8 weeks in. What's the playoff picture going to look like? What's going to happen? But, man, what a fast 5 weeks of football. It's
went by pretty quick. It went by pretty quick. Just to be honest with you, it went by pretty quick, hadn't it?
Yeah, time is a thief. It's extremely fast. So much hard work goes into it from Brad's standpoint, from the coach's standpoint, from the kid's standpoint, and it just goes by so fast.
When's high school basketball start officially?
That will be the last week of October, first week of November time frame. According to how it falls.
Man, if you look at that, that's not a lot of weeks away.
No.
It's only about 6 weeks away.
I'm going to rest up.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be interesting to see. And then you got the Bearden Maryville game coming up in a couple weeks.
Well, I think the big game next week, Knoxville's Bearden Farragut, isn't it?
Bearden Farragut Thursday night. Unfortunately, I won't be watching that one, but it's interesting. That game's always been the last week of the year for a long time, and this year it's moved up. The Alcoa Maryville game was moved back. There's a lot of changes in the schedule, but it's going to be interesting. Next couple of weeks here on our show will be interesting weeks for a lot of schools in Anderson County and Roane and Morgan, but a call that surprised me tonight is Clinton, Kings going to make the playoffs. Well, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. They had one bad game there a couple weeks ago, but they're going to make the playoffs. So,
well, they'll make the playoffs, but unfortunately for them, they have to play Maryville.
Yeah,
somewhere down the road in probably second or third round.
Second or third round.
They have to play. I said Maryville. They'll have to play Alcoa. So that's the bad thing for Kingston is where they're at. So
absolutely,
there ain't nothing you can do about it. So line up and go play it. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you get lucky because that ball bounce is funny. Hey, our game of the week next week is Clinton and Oak Ridge.
Are you doing the play-by-play for that?
Nope, I'm not.
I'm out, man. Out of retirement.
No, I'm not coming out of retirement.
That's one thing Brad's got better over the course of the years. He's got some
people that knows what they're doing now instead of me and Barry or me and you. So, but
we called the best game that's ever been on. We
had a play going in.
Find us a better game or a better play.
It's a pretty good game, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Harriman Kingston is on top 10 Sports Center.
Yeah, catch.
I can't believe they edited our voices off that.
Yeah, they probably did. So that'd be all right too. Yeah. Anyway, game of the week next week is Clinton and Oak Ridge. Probably, I don't know if that's a 7 o'clock kickoff or 7:30. I don't really know.
Brad not in here? Is he already celebrating his birthday?
Where's Brad? He's in
Is
his
that
he's
a 7
way
or
in the back.
7:30 game? He don't know.
Well, it's probably be pregame at 7, kickoff at 7:30 probably. So, to the best of my knowledge, if not, pay attention right here, and it'll be up here on the screen probably shortly after that. Hey, until next Friday night on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard, we'll see you. Go Vols.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, You'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check. Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
Mavericks. Y-E-L-L-Y-E-L-L. Everybody else say Mavericks. Mavericks.
ORUD has exciting appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
ORUD is your affordable energy choice, so make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season.
These two teams met in the first round of the playoffs last season, and Anderson County got the 55-6 victory. But this isn't the AC of last year. It does seem, however, that the Mavericks got some things figured out in a blowout win last week against Fulton, and we'll get to see tonight if that's true, because if it's not, the Eagles will not be looking to take it easy. I thank you. We'll see what happens on this week's edition of the OAB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, wreckintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by my not basic but basest colleague, Coach Dan Shoemaker. Coach, that wasn't a great Fulton team that Anderson County whacked last week, but it was still a very impressive victory for a team hungry for a win.
Yes, it was, Aaron. It was a really good team win. And you kind of look at the stats and see how things came together. And as you put your team together as a coach, you figure out the particulars of what's going to function. And the Mavericks kept working. They kept chipping at that rock, and finally last week that rock broke, and so I think they were able to get on track. Tonight's going to tell us a lot about the next steps.
That's Dan Shoemaker, and like always before kickoff, we bring you the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine is almost 7 years into the business and is a multi-million-dollar producer year in and year out. If you've got a home to sell or you're looking to purchase a home, give Elaine a call or text at 423-619-6748. That's Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties, and she's bringing you the pregame show. And preview we will, not only tonight's game, but other games around the area as well when we get back to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine does business for nearly all of East Tennessee, but especially in Anderson, Blount, Cumberland, Loudoun, McMinn, Monroe, Morgan, and Scott counties. Give her a call or text 423-619-6748. That's 423-619-6748 for Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by Dr. and Coach Dan Shoemaker. Let's talk about the rivalry Thursday game last night, which saw Clinton take on Powell. We'd already had a chance to see Powell this season, and we'll see Clinton next week against Oak Ridge. And I know the Dragons would be looking to put 4 quarters together in that rivalry, because last night Powell quickly capitalized on 2 turnovers, and it was 21-0 early in the second quarter. Another turnover in the second half, and Powell ran away with it, pun intended, because nearly all of Matt Lowe's offensive production came on the ground. Final score 45-27.
Yeah, we saw Powell week 1 against Anderson County. Last night they looked much more
locked in. Wheeler and that big offensive line were able to dominate Clinton up front, a smaller defensive front. And for me, that and the turnovers were the difference in that ball game last night.
Connor Wheeler's got some wheels. 5'9", 175 pounds, already over 800 yards rushing on the season as they are through 5 games. As I mentioned, Clinton will host Oak Ridge next week, and we'll be there for that one, and it should be a lot of fun. But speaking of Oak Ridge, the Wildcats are in McMinn County tonight to take on the Cherokees, who scored a 2-2 record. But don't let those 2 losses fool you, as they're to Bradley Central, which beat Maryville a couple weeks ago, and Cleveland, which more than doubled Farragut's score in a 43-21 victory last week. This is not a region game, but it's a good tune-up for Derek Rang's squad before that Clinton game next week.
You know, Aaron, I've never been to an Oak Ridge Clinton ball game. I'm looking forward to that one too, just like tonight. It's a strong rivalry. Each of these teams has made progress for going through a strong schedule. But McMinn County will be a good test and a tune-up for Oak Ridge. But I think the Wildcats are going to come out on top in that one.
I think the best game that we had last year was that Oak Ridge Clinton game, as Clinton was down, but they were driving late in that game and came up just inches short on 4th down and turned the ball over on downs to stop their drive, and Oak Ridge went on to win it. So if that game is anything this season like it was last season, we're in for a treat next week. We mentioned Maryville earlier. Those Rebels lost to the West Rebels last week and have a losing streak for the first time since the first year of this millennium. Tonight, the School of Spurrier is in Blount County looking to tack on that 3rd loss, but I don't see Maryville losing this one tonight to Science Hill.
I think it's going to be a good barometer to figure out where Maryville's head is at. You know, losing 2 games to a team that's not really used to dealing with that kind of adversity, you're going to find out a lot about Maryville tonight. I don't think they're panicked over there. I see them getting back on track as well, but they need to put those losses behind them and focus on this week and not dwell on the past.
We are at Anderson County. Seymour is in town, and kickoff is about 20 minutes away. So we'll preview a couple of more games going on around the area, and then, of course, we will preview tonight's game between Anderson County and Seymour when we get back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one. Doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition without changing your oil for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
And welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine does millions of dollars of real estate business a year for a reason. She's great at what she does, and she leaves her clients satisfied. Let her take care of your real estate needs. Give her a call at 423-619-6748. It's 423-619-6748. Elaine on the screen there. If you don't think you can remember that number, take a screenshot of it right now or a photo, depending on how you're watching the game tonight. I'm Aaron Harvey, once again alongside Coach Dan Shoemaker. You know, Oliver Springs and Oakdale engaged in what was thrilling for 3 quarters. Going into that final period, OS held a 27-26 lead. Coming out of that final period, though, the Bobcats had run away with a 54-26 win. Tonight, Rockwood visits the Tri-County area for a cat fight, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, I think this game will be a comparison of styles. Oliver Springs, of course, is going to run their spread offense, and Rockwood's going to run the wing tee. John Webb's a wing tee guy. If Oliver Springs can contain the run, they've got a good shot. Conversely, if Rockwood can play the box with 6 and play the passing game and contain that passing game, I think they've got a big shot. So who comes out on top? I think this is going to be a really tight, close ball game tonight.
A lot of stuff always going on here at Anderson County as we see the ROTC on the field getting ready to present our nation's colors. You know, Oakdale is going to be looking to bounce back from that loss on the road at Greenback. The Cherokees just picked up their first win of the year against Harriman last week, but they may be better than some are giving them credit for. I dare say, if Vegas were to put a line on this game, they may even be favoring Greenback. What do you think?
I think it depends on how Oakdale responds. They played close until the wheels fell off in the 4th quarter. Turnovers got them. If they can rebound, I think they'll make a good game of it. But if they're still looking back at last week, the Keys will have a big night tonight.
And we see ROTC coming onto the field. The band, the Anderson County High School Marching Band, on the field in the shape of an A and a C. And so we are getting ready to sing, or not sing, well, some of us are going to sing, our national anthem.
To sing tonight's rendition of the national anthem, Anderson County High School senior Jeremiah Flatford. Cheerleaders on the team.
National anthem
Nice job.
performed tonight And that tells you that it is just about football time here. I'm looking at the clock. It says we've got 12 minutes until kickoff. So just quickly glance over some of the other games of interest tonight. That includes Halls at Carter, South Doyle at Gibbs, Bearden at Hardin Valley, West at Knox Central, Oneida at Polk County, and Bledsoe County at Wartburg. Which of those games will you be keeping an eye on?
Well, I always keep an eye out on the Bulldogs. They're near and dear to my heart. They're playing against the guys from Pikeville, and I think they're going to have a rough road tonight to see success, but they are playing at home, so anything can happen. I think Oneida and Polk County is probably the longest road trip tonight in East Tennessee. Going from Oneida to Benton, Tennessee is about 2 hours and 40 minutes, I think, as I looked on MapQuest today.
Gracious.
You can't get there from here. I think West at Central seems to be favoring West, but by how much, who knows? That's going to be an interesting game to watch as well.
So we will keep an eye on all of that. Of course, we'll bring you scores of interest as we can throughout the night as well. So that's Dan Shoemaker. I am Aaron Harvey, and we are getting set to preview tonight's game between Anderson County and Seymour, and we'll do that when we get back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape, panoramic roof, 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT four-wheel drive, 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check. Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
And welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine has around 7 years and millions of dollars in sales of experience in real estate, and she can help you buy or sell your home today. She serves most of all of East Tennessee, and she's standing by ready to serve you. Give her a call or text at 423-619-6748. That's 619-6748 for Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. I'm Aaron Harvey with Coach Dan Shoemaker, and kickoff just minutes away for tonight's game between Seymour and Anderson County. It wasn't exactly the start that AC probably hoped for, but Coach Davey Gillums had to replace a huge senior class that was loaded in talent. A transfer came in to play quarterback and try to fill the void left by Walker Martinez. That transfer has done a pretty good job so far, as Isaiah Hall leads East Tennessee in passing yards and is third in all of Tennessee, according to reported stats. He's got 1,132 yards through 4 games, which is 283 per game, and that's against some pretty stiff competition.
Absolutely. They played a really tough entry non-conference schedule to get ready for the conference run that they're getting ready to make. Any team, though, Aaron, is like a jigsaw puzzle. You got to figure out where the pieces actually fit. And seeing those pieces come together sometimes takes a little more time. Now, Zay Hall was not really available for spring practice, so the learning curve's been a little steeper over the summer. But, they have figured some things out, and the pieces have come together. I think we'll see big numbers offensively for the Mavs tonight.
This is the third year in a row these two teams will have met, and only the fourth time in history, as the previous 2 years saw these two go at it in the first round of the playoffs. We mentioned that last year AC won 55-6, while the year before that the Mavericks got the 39-21 victory. It may be a new region matchup, but it's not like the programs don't know each other. Do you think familiarity will play a part in this game at all?
Yeah, I think it will. I think being a district matchup makes this game mean just a little bit more this year than, say, in years past. And that gives each team a little bit more something to play for. Like we saw Midway at Rockwood a couple of weeks ago. Those two teams were very familiar too, but the matchup will mean more tonight to these guys because it's the step to get to the next part, which is the playoffs. The region, where you're going to end up in the region and where those playoffs are going to fall out. So, yeah, I think this game will actually mean a little more this year.
This is your first game seeing Anderson County at Anderson County, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
You are in for a spectacle. As you can already see, the team lining up to come out of the barn there. They've got a big sign up. The cheerleaders are holding up. Fireworks taking off right now. And they've already honored the local emergency management staff and personnel, and you see them on the field right there. But also, of course, they are honoring 9/11, which took place
Monday.
How long ago? 2001 to 2023. That's 22 years.
22 years ago.
Monday.
Yes.
And so the Anderson County Mavericks run through a sign saying they will never forget 9/11. Toby Keith playing in the background. It doesn't get much more patriotic than any of that.
Flag on the Jumbotron.